it's me again, Alan Wellman here to help you with this mini course on developing your clairs. So today we're going to be talking about the development of clairaudience. Now you may remember the word clair means clear, and audience refers to hearing or audio indications or audio sensitivity that's coming to us from the spirit world. So when we hear clairaudience, we may hear things clearly, as in we are hearing words, we are hearing sounds, we are hearing the person speaking in our ear. More often than not, what happens is that sound comes to us in our voice, saying the sound or the word or the phrase that the person may use. Now, a couple of things to keep in mind is that clairaudience can be brought into our mind and based off of what we are already aware. So, for instance, if I were to ask you to sing in your head the song Happy Birthday, I'll give you a few seconds to do it. Go ahead and try it. Just hear it in your head. Get the idea? So the ability to hear something in your head is what we call audiation. The ability to hear the sounds, hear the words, hear the phrases, hear the tune or the melody in our mind. Now, when this works with the psyche or the psychic faculties, what we're doing is we are opening up to the possibility of hearing words, phrases, or sounds. And so one way we can develop that is through our active physical senses. I've said it in the other course, but the way that we are able to develop our psychic or clair faculties is by strengthening their physical senses in this world. So for instance, find a partner. It could be a spouse, it could be a friend, it could be someone on the telephone. And I want you to say exactly what they say. So what you're going to do is you are going to listen and then repeat, but you're going to emphasize the exact same intonations, inflections, pauses as they do it. And the idea here is to begin to train your ears to receive information and then give it back without coloring or distorting it. So if I were to say, "Good morning, happy birthday," you wouldn't say, "Good morning, happy birthday." You would also say, "Good morning, happy birthday." And so you want to imitate the intonation and inflection as much as possible. Now, another technique you can do is for those of you that are musically inclined or really love a particular style of music, or maybe you really love a particular instrument. Maybe you really love the violin. Next time you listen to some music, see if you can listen from start to finish that instrument. Can you listen to the violin from start to finish? If you're listening to vocal music, very often, especially in a lot of pop music, there will be background singers. Well, can you really lock in and tune in to what the background singers are doing? Can you hear their rhythm, their phrasing, their pitches, their inflections of the music? What we're doing is we are training our brain to lock in and hear the subtleties. Those subtleties are what happens in psychic and medium work, is that we are listening for the subtleties. Finally, another activity that you can do to really bring forward your clairaudience is I would like you to, in your mind, in your imagination, in your audiation, in your mind's ear, your imagination, can you begin to hear specific sounds? For instance, let's say you want to focus on a train. Okay, so is it an electric train? Is it a steam engine? Is it a commuter train? What kind of train is it? Can you hear that? You can specify which one. Then the next step is, can you begin to hear that train at different distances? For instance, can you hear it when it's a mile away? Imagine, what would that sound like? Is it very faint? Okay, can you hear, if it's on a train track, can you hear the engine? Can you hear the pistons firing? What are you hearing? What are you noticing? The other thing is there sound associated with it? Is there a train whistle? Do you hear the conductor? Do you hear the sound of the tracks being rattled by the weight of the train? So all of those little nuances can help us develop a more sensitive and stronger sense of clairvoyance. Another example of the same exercise would be, can you imagine what a rainstorm sounds like? You might start with just the simple drops, and off in the distance you hear the thunder. Then maybe you hear the wind chimes outside your home starting to rattle or chime because the wind is picking up. Maybe you're hearing trees rustle. Maybe you are hearing birds crowing or getting out of the imminent danger. And then you hear the little sprinkle of the raindrops. Maybe they come a little bit stronger, falling on the leaves. From there, can you hear the big fat raindrops plopping against the window? Can you hear it against the roof? So we're painting what some people might call a soundscape, and in this soundscape we are noticing every nuance that the imagination is capable of recalling, and it's all inside your mind. You are developing and strengthening that inner hearing, because that's part of our capability. And when we are doing mediumistic work, that's where that information will come to us. Doing mental mediumship, it'll be inside. So practice those exercises. I hope this is helpful, and I can't wait to talk to you next about clairsentience. All right, take care now.